Some people may consider that a blessing.
We may have to get them to start the game all over again.
Well, Pennridge would probably buy into that. Morris with a foul shot up, good. And this is one area, Frank, we're really looking for improvement from the Eagles, is in their foul shooting. They have not been a good foul shooting team. Second shot up, no good. Battle for the boards. Bates on the rebound. He's got it. Condi Bates with his first two. Eagles quickly out to a 9-2 lead. Here comes Wright. Wright breaks the press, almost with a walk. Ball stolen by Lopp. Lopp on the move, comes in all the way, fires a jumper. He's got it. And I'm surprised that Pennridge hasn't called a timeout yet. Eagles off to a 9-point lead very quickly. We're going to have a foul on Morris or a timeout. I'm sorry, it's a timeout called by the Rams. And you expected that.
Okay, fans, we've been having technical difficulties. We really don't know whether you've heard us for the first 4 minutes, 42 seconds of this game. We hope you have. We tried to get them to start the game over again for us, but they wouldn't. So we have to go from here, and we just hope you have heard the beginning of the game.
Early going for the Eagles. A change we should note, Condi Bates wearing number 30. Eagles pressure, Frank, doing it early. That full court press looks as though it has disrupted Pennridge. And Eagles going down, getting shots, controlling the board at will. And we thought this might be the case tonight. We figured that we could see a game in which the Eagles got off to a quick start.
Yeah, you know what has amazed me over the years, Jim, is how Norristown players always have the quick hands. It's not necessarily that they run faster than other players, but they have these quick hands that they shoot out all of a sudden and grab that ball.
Inbound pass comes to Curry. He's being guarded by Lever. And Curry beats the press, comes in, cross-court pass to Singleton, launches a three. He's got it. Singleton with all five. Sorry, first three for Singleton. Eagles by 6. Lever on the move. Pennridge in a man-to-man. And Frank, I'm not sure Pennridge is quick enough to stay with us in a man-to-man
I think Condi Bates is going to really murder somebody.
There's Morris on the rebound, battling up. Gets the rebound. Morris with 3. Comes the ball to Wright. Wright goes over to Davies. Davies finds Curry. Curry on the move. Curry in the corner. It's Singleton again. No good. Rebound by Lopp. Lopp to Lever. Lever to Thompson. Thompson misses. Strong rebound by Bates. And rebound by Morris with 5. Eagles once again.
I can't believe how Bates got right up from that. I thought we might.
2 offensive there's going to be a foul on Ian Morris, his second personal. Runs right in to Chris Wright. And we had an expletive deleted on that play. Thought we might have somebody sitting in our lap here, but fortunately our able statistician Jim Emery was going to protect us, Frank. He said he's concerned about his physics grade. He would do anything to make sure you're okay. Ball goes into Singleton. Singleton on the move, coming outside. Looks deep, finds Curry. Curry back into Singleton. Left-hand side of the basket, but way out. Over to Wright. Wright about 25. Comes in on the jumper. Too strong. Easy rebound for Morris. Nobody there. Eagles look for the break again. Comes to Bates. Bates on the fake. Up with a jumper. He's got it. Eagles.
He has such a
17.
Soft touch.
Pennridge, 5, 3 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the first period. Ball to Wright, Wright to Singleton. Short jumper, he's got it. Singleton with 5.
I'm surprised we're not seeing a substitute for Morris with 2 fouls on him.
There goes the reverse layup, no good. Lopp on the attempt. Ball almost saved by Morris, is saved.
Beautiful play
Bates
by
on the
Morris.
move, looks, and he's got it. That is James Lopp. 6 points for Lopp. He is the high scorer. And once again, Eagles all over those offensive boards. There goes Wright up to Singleton. Singleton on the 5, stops the jump board. He's got it. Singleton with 7. Jamie Singleton hot in the early going for Pennridge. Eagles up by 10. 2:19 left here in the first quarter. Been a very quick game, Frank. Into Bates. Bates on the move. He's got the spin. We're going to have a foul. The foul is on number 25, John Hall. And if Hall is playing Bates, Frank, it looks like he gives away about 5 inches. There is no way he's going to be able to stop
I know.
Condi.
I don't see how they can continue to play man-to-man. There's nobody out there that can play Condi Bates.
There's the inbound pass to Thompson. That's to Lopp. And Wright hits the ball off of Lopp's hand. Lopp looks surprised. We have Wright ready to bring
I don't
inbound a
understand
ball.
that. If he hit his hand, it's a foul.
Lever playing down court, goes into Mumbauer. Mumbauer to Curry. Curry breaks the press on the drive, goes outside to Singleton. Singleton launches the three. He's got it, and Frank, he is hot.
But was he the guy last year for them that hit all the threes?
I don't remember.
Ask our statistician over there.
Frank, you remember, I didn't see many games last year.
That's right.
Thompson on the move, no good. Morris on the rebound, we have a foul. Looks like it's going to be on number 21, Mumbauer. Morris will be going on the line for the second time this evening. Ian is 1 for 2 on the lane. Eagles lead by 7, 19-12. Here comes number 31, Brahim Mitchell, replacing Lopp. Morris misses the first. Ian ready with a second, and I can't reiterate enough, Frank, how important it is for the Eagles to start getting good foul shooting. Here comes Wright, Eagles by 8.
Both teams still seem to want to play man-to-man.
Curry over to Hall. John Hall on the dribble outside to Singleton. And Mitchell playing Singleton, and he's up tight on him. All over him, bounce pass, aim for Hall, goes out of bounds. And here's a defensive change that Coach McGee brought in. Brahim Mitchell to play Singleton all over and try to cool him off. They don't want him to be able to keep scoring, getting those easy shots. There goes Mitchell. Mitchell to Thompson. Thompson comes outside to Lever. Lever fakes the shot. On the dribble, good move. Tries to go inside. Ball taken away by Curry. Goodman, Lever gets the ball back. On the dribble, no. Rebound,
Nice
Bates.
tap.
Nice tap. Condi Bates with 6. Eagles 22, Pennridge 12, 54 seconds left. There's Curry breaking the press. Shot bothered by Morris. Ball is missed. Eagles with Lever. Eagles coming down quickly. There goes the pass down for Mitchell. Goes out of bounds. Here comes Eric Augustine to replace Morris. Number 40, Eric Augustine, 6'5" senior football quarterback, entering the Eagles lineup. Curry on the dribble. Beats the press easily, looks for Singleton. Singleton with a fake, ball
Nice
blocked
block.
by Bates. Condi Bates with a nice play. Ball knocked out of bounds by number 25, John Hall. Good defensive play, Eagles. Here comes Lever. There's 25 seconds left. Will the Eagles go for the last shot? Goes over to Bates. Bates finds underneath. Foul call against Singleton, and that looked like a good block. I thought he had the ball.
Yeah, I thought he did too. You know, Jim, when I look at Thompson out there, doesn't it look like his brother? It looks like his brother. It looks like we're watching a game from
Yeah, shorter
6 or 7
version.
years ago.
I think we'll be quite content.
But
So
when
will
his
Coach
brother-
McGee if he becomes as good
Yeah.
as his brother.
But when his brother was a junior or a sophomore, he looked just like that.
Number 15, David Tuggle into the lineup. Replacing Lever. First shot by Thompson is no good. Second shot up, another miss. But Thompson controls the board, goes into Augustine. Augustine on the move, looks for the jump, no good. Singleton gets the rebound. Coming down to 10 seconds left. Single on the move, quickly Singleton. Mitchell playing him. Singleton looks underneath, ball goes out of bounds. There are 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Eagles up by 10, 22-12. Here goes Thompson, quickly looking for the long jumper, launches it, in and out, no good. Strong rebound, Mumbauer. First period ends. Eagles leading 22-12. All in all, a good first quarter for the Norristown High School Eagles.
Again, here's the Norristown cheerleaders, led by senior Danielle Baker. The Norristown cheerleaders.
Pennridge staying in their man-to-man, Frank, kind of a surprise because they really don't have the quickness to stay with Norristown. You wonder how long they're going to be able to stay in that kind of a defense.
Yeah, I doubt that there's a player on that team that can handle Condi Bates.
Morris back in the lineup. Lever in also. It's Lever and Tuggle in the backcourt. Tuggle with the ball. Bates, Lop, and Morris up front for Norristown. Tuggle with the ball. Bounce pass. Goes awry. Pennridge will take over. Pennridge still played in their man-to-man. Full court pressure from the Eagles. Right, Mumbauer, 25, Hall, Singleton, Curry. Pennridge still with the same players that finished up the half. Ball goes over to Mumbauer. Mumbauer around. Shot no good. That's by Hall. Eagles coming down. Lever feeds off to Bates. Bates on a jumper. He's got it. Knocked to the ground.
Fouled on the play.
Foul.
Pennridge had two men back. I don't understand why one didn't go with Bates and one go with the man with the ball.
Foul is on Singleton. That's his second. Good fast break. Good look by Tuggle. Finds Bates open. Bates on the move. Eagles 24. Pennridge 12. Condi to the foul line, shooting one, trying to complete the three-point play.
I'll tell you, Jim, half the Eagles seem to have trouble keeping their pants up. Look, they're always
I thought there was
pulling them
supposed to
up.
be a rule this year about the length of the shorts. Maybe it's just in college and high school. I read somewhere where that rule has been changed. Either they have very
I'm
low.
just worried about them falling down.
They either have very long pants or they have very low hips. One of the two. Bates makes it. It's good to see the Eagles sink those foul shots. Here comes Wright. Wright goes over to Curry. Curry with both Tuggle and Lever on him. Curry on the dribble. And it's a 10-second call. And there's the press doing exactly what it's supposed to, forcing the turnover. Pennridge beginning to become bothered by the press. Right in front of us, Lever inbounds to Tuggle. Tuggle with a left-hand dribble. Curry playing him. Singleton on the steal. Singleton beats Lever. Lever behind him. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebound, tap by Curry, no good. Battle on the boards. We're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Pennridge Rams. Pennridge number 23, Ryan Davies, back in the game, replacing 25, John Hall. Davies inbound the pass, comes over to Curry. Curry with two guys on him, ball's knocked away. Lever under control. Looks down, stops, pauses, moves in, takes the jumper, no good. Battle for the boards, controlled by Tuggle. Tuggle on the move inside, spins, comes back outside to Lever. Lever on the dribble, on the move, there's the pick by Bates, ball taken away by Davies. Davies on the move, we're going to have a foul on Lever. And that time Lever made the good offensive move, but he spun right into the Pennridge defender, and that gave the Pennridge man a chance to get the ball. Coach McGee not happy there. A quick timeout for the Eagles. He saw something that he did not like.
And here come the cheerleaders for the Rams.
Once again, Frank, you see the gymnastic ability that cheerleaders are expected to have today. I understand that you've agreed at the halftime of one of the future games to show us that move.
Yeah. Well, you know, Jim, my high school had male cheerleaders. You don't see, I don't know that there are any in our league, are there?
Frank, you went to school in the dark ages. That's to be expected. Yes. Yeah, you have had a different upbringing from most of us, correct?
Well, you know, I read an article in Sports Illustrated that said that one of the best ways of getting a scholarship to college was to being a good male cheerleader.
You know, when you see every once in a while this summer, you wander on ESPN on one of those cheerleading contests, you'll see a lot of guys. Part of that is for the lifts. But Frank, people don't realize you went to St. Joe's, and St. Joe's is famous for the hawk running around that court, okay? I always thought
I was referring to high school.
I always thought that guy was the madman. I actually double dated with the guy who was the hawk.
Is that right?
One time, yep. Pennridge with the save. Ball comes into Mumbauer. Mumbauer looks underneath. There's the move. Over to right. Right misses. And Frank, for Pennridge, it looks like the only guy who knows how to shoot that ball is Singleton.
Yeah.
And if they can't get him open, they're going to have some trouble. Here comes Davies. Davies looks for Mumbauer. Mumbauer on the move. Short, Bates with the rebound. Looks for the break, doesn't have it. Over to Lever. Lever quickly moving down court. Finds Lopp. Lopp on the move. Little strong. Gets the rebound though. Comes back outside to Lever. Lever to Bates. Bates with a spin. Jumper up. He's got it.
But, you know, Jim, you look at the Pennridge players, and they look like really good athletes, but they still just lack that quickness
but Frank,
that you see at Norristown and Abington and a few other schools.
But look at him. One thing I noticed. Remember a few years ago how really Pennridge was very, very bad. They have improved. I mean, we used to beat them by 50 points. There goes Bates with a foul shot. Connie Bates with 12 points. Eagles up by 15, 6:15 left in the first half. Davies with the ball. Looks underneath for Singleton. Singleton on a fake, on the move. Jump too strong. Rebound. Mumbauer no good. Ball bounces off the head, and it's Tuggle. Tuggle leads to Bates. Bates on the move. Save attempted by Curry, but it hit off a Pennridge man. Number 25, John Hall, returning to the lineup, replacing Davies. And Davies limped off, Frank. It looks like he's got a bad ankle or a bad knee. Number 23 for Pennridge. Morris over to Lever. Lever in the corner, launches a three. Nope, Morris underneath. I don't think that was a pass either, Frank.
No.
I think that was a shot. 30-13 Eagles. First half still. There goes Hall. Battle. Finds Mumbauer underneath. Mumbauer on the dribble. Dribbles again, and we got a double dribble call. And there's just anxiety, Frank. Anxiousness. Lever with the ball. Over to Tuggle. Tuggle to Bates. Bates spins. Jumper, he's got it. 14. Eagles beginning to bring their bench into the game. There goes Hall. Ball blocked away. It's Lopp with a rebound. Lopp to Tuggle. Tuggle looking down court. Goes over to Morris. Morris tries to save the ball. Comes to Bates. 41 Singleton. And that, I think, is the third foul on Singleton. And that certainly can affect.
They called that on Singleton?
I believe so.
And some of the Pennridge players look beat already.
Eagles coming in with some substitutions. Number 32, Demetrius Robbins. Scott Nealman is down. He's coming in for Bates. Lafton Thompson is back in. Lopp is in. Ian Morris is in. So Tom McGee going to the bench early, and I'm sure that we're going to see all the Norristown players tonight. Bates misses the first. Maybe Bates doesn't want to come out. Second shot up, around, good. Bates with 15 points. Quite a first half for Condi. Quite a few rebounds also. Pressure still as Scott Nealman replaces Condi Bates. There's Hall with the ball. Finds Curry. Curry to Singleton. Singleton launches a long shot up off the rim. There's number 53, Dallas Alexander. Looks for Curry. Ball almost stolen away, but we're going to have a foul on Norristown. Good call. You could hear the slap. Ball inbounding. Comes outside to Curry. Curry to Singleton. Singleton looks bad. He's got two guys on the corner. We're going to have a foul on Nealman. His first. Hitting Singleton. And actually they had Singleton tied up. He didn't know quite what to do with the ball. Call to inbounds. Ball looks deep to Singleton. Ball goes into the back court. Robbins playing him. Singleton up with a move. Eagles are in a zone now, Frank.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
There goes Hall with a shot from the corner, no good. Rebound Mumbauer, ball taken away by Lopp. Good defensive play. Demetrius Robbins was the first guy who was in there on that play. Robbins looking underneath, ball knocked away, and back off the bench is Ryan Davies, who limped off a little earlier. He's coming in for Singleton with 3 fouls. And Singleton, after 10 points in the very early going, has been called off. With a good defensive job, first of all, by Brahim Mitchell. Robbins with the ball, looks outside for Nealman. Nealman with a jumper, strong off the board. Morris on the rebound, knocks the ball out of bounds.
Jim, I think Singleton was exhausted. You know, the more tired you get, the harder it is to shoot.
All of a sudden, both teams are very cold on the offensive end of the floor. This is Davies. Davies looks for Mumbauer, finds him, comes back outside to Davies. Davies goes over to Curry. Curry on the move, nothing there. Comes out to Alexander, ball is taken away by Lopp. Lopp on the move, yes. James Lopp with 10, second player for the Eagles in double figures. Eagles up by 22, Frank, quite a margin. There's the steal by Robbins. Robbins on the move, drives around, he's got it. Demetrius Robbins with his first 2 points of the night. Ball comes up court. That's going to be a foul on Ian
It's
Morris.
a little dangerous over here, Jim.
Fouling. Yeah, this is I think Morris has it. Do you have him in class, Frank?
Yeah, I'm going to have to speak to him.
That's twice he's come over here, aiming for you. 33 right off the bench, number 31, Brad Transu in the line for Pennridge. Eagles back with Bates and Brahim Mitchell off the bench ready to come in. This is Transu in for Pennridge. Right in the corner, Bates playing him. Right on the move. Nothing there, comes out to Transu. Transu goes over to Davies. Blocked by Alexander, almost could have been a foul. Ball goes underneath, out of bounds. Here comes Mitchell coming in for Lopp. The Eagles now lining up with Bates, Robbins, Thompson, Lopp, Nealman. 3 starters, 2 players off of the bench.
Pennridge still in man-to-man.
Now this is Transu on Robbins. There goes Mitchell. Nothing there, looks into Nealman. Nealman on the spin, comes back to Mitchell. Mitchell lost a jumper, partially hit, but Bates saves it, goes up underneath. Going to have a foul. It might be on number 23, Ryan Davies.
You know, Jim,
Fouls on Dallas Alexander.
when the Eagles get a lead like this, I would like to see them start taking more outside shots. They know they can score underneath. They've got this game well under control. They should get some practice at some of those 8-10-foot jump shots that they're going to need against the good teams.
Bates misses the first shot, 3 for 5 on the foul line in the early going. Bates ready with a second. It's up. He's got it. Eagles 38, Pennridge 13. 250. You know, Frank, at one time it was 19-12. The Eagles are on a 19-1 run right now. Right, ball taken by Bates. Bates is going down. He's going to want to stop, and he does. Andy Bates.
2 steps after he stole that, Jim, he made up his mind to dunk that. Did you see that look on his face?
Frank, here's the assignment. We give it to Jim Emery again. He's got to get a Bates bammer, but that's just poor. Jim will come up with something better. Demetrius Robbins on the steal. He's got it. Jim is in my writing class. If he can't do better, he does not fulfill his assignment. Eagles 42-13, right on the move. Takes the jump, looks for Alexander. Alexander loses the ball. Off the bench, number 00, Jermaine James Boggs coming in for the Eagles. 6'3" and senior, replaces Bates.
But Pennridge they're not going to get that ball underneath. They got to take some outside shots.
Robbins over to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Stops with a jumper. It's off the rim, no good. Ball comes back to Mitchell. Mitchell out to Thompson. Thompson looks to Robin. Robbins throws up a jumper, almost gets it. Battle on the boards, knocked by Hall. Eagles will control underneath with Boggs handling the ball. Here comes Mumbauer in for Pennridge. Jermaine Boggs. Out to Robbins. Robbins comes up high at the top of the key. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell looks for the drive on the fake. Over to Thompson. Thompson forces a shot, misses. The rebound by Davies. Davies on the dribble. Ball comes up court to Hall. Hall with a jumper, no good. And Pennridge rams Frank out really cold from the floor. Wish we were keeping a record of how many shots they have taken. There's Robbins. Robbins launches the jumper. It's up high off the board. Rebound up high by Alexander.
Walking.
We're going to have a walk. Yeah, it's almost, Frank, as though the officials don't want to call those on Pennridge.
I know.
But you have no choice. Ball comes into Mitchell. Almost thrown away. Saved by Thompson. Ball goes underneath. Very smart play that time by Boggs. He could have gone sailing out of bounds to try to save it. Realized that the ball was off of Pennridge and the Eagles inbound underneath. Goes Boggs on the drive, controls, looks for the jumper, foul is on Alexander. One thing you don't want to see, Frank, is where players decide they're just going to get into the scoring column and every player begins, shooting for himself.
Well, I think that's the danger in a game like this. Everybody gets sloppy, and you don't learn anything when you're playing sloppy ball.
Eric Augustine ready to enter game for the Eagles. He's coming in, he's going to replace Nealman. Only starter out now for the Eagles is Lafton Thompson, Robbins, Boggs. Boggs makes both. Eagles up 44-13, under a minute until halftime. Here comes Transu with a move. Looks underneath from Mumbauer, finds him, Mumbauer up, got the foul, and that ends that run, which was a 25-1 Eagle run.
Tim, it looks like a couple Pennridge players don't have socks on. Is that a new trend in basketball this year?
I don't know. Maybe they're wearing those short tennis socks. Mumbauer with a foul shot. He's got it. 44-16. That was the first Pennridge score in a long time. There goes Robbins with a move. Comes back out to the top of the key. On the dribble. Looks over to Mitchell. Mitchell to the right. On the move. First thing over to Boggs. Boggs to Robbins. Robbins doesn't have the shot. Looks to go in. Comes back outside. On the move. Looks underneath for Mitchell. Mitchell with a jumper up. Turns around. He's got it. Raheem Mitchell with his first two. Eagles up by 30. Here comes Transu on Robbins. Moves up court. Robbins almost gets the steal. Mumbauer on the move. Foul is going to be on Boggs. Should be Boggs first.
Boggs is 00. Have we ever had that number before? I don't think we ever did.
So. I'd like to talk to him. He was in my home room last year, and I'd be curious about that. Usually there's a story behind a player wearing a 00. In football, you see it every once in a while. Jim Otto.
Yeah.
A great center wore that number. Alexander on the rebound, pushes back up, no good. Big rebound, Mitchell. Ball battled. Ball still on the floor. Ball still there, controlled by Boggs.
Like
Boggs comes down to Thompson. With a shot at the buzzer, no good. Halftime score. Norristown Eagles, 46. The Pennridge Rams, 16. A big, big first half for the Eagles. And one thing it's going to be on the mind of the audience when you see a score like this, they start wondering if a team can hit the century mark. But all in all, Frank, probably a little bit bigger lead than we expected. But the Eagles looking very impressive in a game that they really have to win.
Yeah, and when you talk about hitting 100, I don't think McGee will let that happen. I think he'll be putting everybody on that bench in the game before that happens.
That's true, but you can't tell your players not to score.
Yeah, because what happens is when the game looks lost, the other team starts putting their subs in too, and our subs might be a lot better than their subs, and we might still hit 100.
We should be ready pretty soon with Jim Emery, our statistician. And Frank, you have Jim in class, and we like to say things about our students whenever we can. Jim is this year's Student Council president, and it's kind of a very, very all-American young man and doing a very good job with Student Council in a very responsible position. And Frank, you know, I'm kind of surprised with all that he's involved in that he would find the time to come out and be our statistician. But we're glad to have him here.
I don't know how he does. It just shows he's not married. He's got plenty of time on his hands.
Well, let's be careful about saying he's not married. Not formally, anyway. Here's Jim Emery with his stats and a very, very good first half for the Eagles.
For those of you just joining us tonight, we're here against Norristown Area High School Eagles against the Pennridge Rams. Our high scorer for the game right now is Connie Bates with 18 points. Also for the Eagles, we have in double digits James Lopp with 10. Also we have Ian Morris with 8. Demetrius Robbins with 4. Mitchell with 2. Jermaine Boggs 2 for 2 at the line. And Jim Lever with 2. Pennridge Rams in some trouble tonight. We have Jamie Singleton with 10 points, Mombo Bow with 5, and Ryan Davies with 1. In foul trouble, we have starters Jamie Singleton for the Rams with 3, and also Ian Morris for the Eagles with 3. We close the half right now with a 46-16 lead of the Eagles. We'll join you at the end of the half.
Welcome back to the Eagle Gymnasium for the second half. This is Jim Nelson with a tardy Frank Winkle announcing for the Norristown Eagles and our statistician, Jim Emery. Eagles going with their starting team, Frank, and it's going to be interesting with a 30-point lead to see how Tom McGee handles keeping his team motivated, how long he keeps the press on, how long he keeps the starters in. Your starters need playing time.
Yeah, I just hope they don't get 3 games in a row like this because it can really take the edge off a team.
Yeah,
you need some competition.
I think the Thursday game with William Tennant might be pretty much the same. I'm not sure about Neshaminy for Friday night, the next time that we will be doing the game on television.
Yeah, William Tennant should not be a problem. Neshaminy, I don't know anything about.
Davies with the ball over to Transu. Eagles had a bucket by Morris in the early going. Transu with Lever playing him. Goes over to Davies. Davies on the move. Jumper over Morris. Still the 30-point lead, 48-18. Ball goes under. Good move by Lafton Thompson. Almost looked like he was hitting the eye. Eagles are going to inbound the ball. It's Alexander, Transu, Mumbauer, Hall, Davies for Pennridge. And Pennridge's high scorer, Singleton, is not back in the game, still carrying 3 fouls. Lever with a move for the Eagles. Lever on the drive. There's a bump, no harm, no foul. On the move. That was Lopp trying to find Morris. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. Eagles with full court pressure on. Ball is going to be handled by number 23, Ryan Davies. Looks for Transu. Eagles fall back, and the Eagles look as though they're not quite certain what defense they're going to play here, Frank. They're in man-to-man now.
They're in man-to-man at the moment.
Ball taken away by Lever. Lever on the move. Easy layup underneath. Jim Lever with 4. And a warning to the Eagles to not touch the ball after they've scored a bucket. Mumbauer handling the inbound pass. Comes to Alexander. Back to Mumbauer. Mumbauer over to Transu, and obviously that's who they want to have the ball as he moves up court. Eagles 50-18, 6 minutes, 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball goes over to Davies. Looks for Mumbauer, nothing there. Morris on the switch. Ball battled. Morris tries to make the steal, but goes out of bounds. Couldn't quite keep the ball in play.
I got a feeling Pennridge is playing next year's team.
I don't have any information on whether they're underclassmen or not.
But isn't it a whole new group in there?
I don't know that.
I have a guess.
Eagles have underclassmen too, Frank. Thompson is a 9th grader, Mitchell an 11th grader, Lever's a 10th grader, Lopp's an 11th grader, Nealman's an 11th grader.
Yeah.
A lot of guys getting playing time who are going to be back next year. If they can fill that in with 4 or 5 players, you hate to, just look for next year, but this is one nice thing about a game like this is you get to play your young people a lot. I don't know what this is all about. You have any idea, Frank?
I think it's over the roughness.
McGee and the Pennridge coach. I have no idea, Frank, what this is all about. They're calling the athletic director.
They're calling the Norristown athletic director over, George Ortlib.
I cannot imagine, Frank, what this could be about. I mean, I don't think Tom looks angry, do you? I mean, he's talking a lot. I don't know what he's saying. This is a first, Frank. In all the years we've been doing these games, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
I'm not sure what this means, but they played 6 quarters. They played 5 quarters.
It's what?
Does that include somebody from the JV, you mean?
Yeah, that must have been.
There must have been somebody from Pennridge who played the JV game, and they called it to the attention of the official. Davies down court.
What is the rule on that?
Rule apparently is you can only play 5 quarters, which means if you play 4 quarters in the JV game, you can only come back to play 1. Ball launched from the outside by Lopp, takes it away. We have an up and down. Norristown loses the ball. Pennridge will take over. Eagles still by 30, 50 to 20. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left. There we have a foul on James Lopp. And this is one of the dangers you get into when you have a big game like this with a big lead. The play can tend to get a little bit of sloppy. You have a lot of fouls. Inbound pass to Hall. Hall looks for Transu, finds him. Here comes Thompson over to play him. Bounce pass goes over. Davies controls. Davies on the dribble. Moves up on the move. Looks over to Transu. Transu on the dribble. Switch to Morris. There's a mismatch. Ball coming. It's going to be Condi Bates with a foul for the Eagles. That's Bates first.
Jim, what that debate was over there, I just talked to athletic director George Ortlib, and there is a 5-quarter rule. In the JV and varsity game, no one can play more than 5 quarters.
Move by Thompson, doesn't get the basket, but Lopp controls the rebound with spin move, turns around and scores, and that's 12 points for James Lopp. Here comes Davies. Davies with the ball over to Transu. Transu with a bounce pass. Thompson, who reads, comes in and gets it. Ball bounces off the head of number 53, Dallas Alexander, and the Eagles will take over. Nice defensive play by 9th grader Lafton Thompson. Kind of nice to know you're going to have him for 3 more years.
Oh, I'll tell you.
There goes Lever on the move, spinning around. Finds Thompson. Thompson with a jumper, ball up. He's got it. Afton Thompson, and that's his first 2 tonight. Here comes Davies. Davies looks over for Transu, throws the ball away. With 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, it is the Norristown Eagles 54, the Pennridge Rams 20. Here comes Lever. Transu playing him. Lever up high. Goes over to Thompson. Thompson comes across to Morris. Morris doesn't take the jumper into Lever. Lever on the move underneath to Lopp. Lopp's got the bucket. We have a foul on Pennridge. Potential 3-point play. I would think at the most, Frank, Coach McGee will keep the Eagles, starting the Eagles in during the 3rd quarter. And at the very latest, he will start removing players at the end of the 3rd quarter.
You have to keep them in shape. You just can't say, well, for the whole half we're going to put them on the bench. Some people say, well, gee, they should take them out now. but you have to keep them in shape for when the tough games come along.
Lop with a foul shot, 15 points. Ball comes over to Transu. Attempt for a steal by Bates goes awry. There goes Davies on the move, looking for a shot underneath, doesn't have it. Looks back for Mumbauer, throws the ball away. Eagles will inbound. Here comes Singleton off the bench for Pennridge. Singleton's going to be coming in, replaces Davies. Singleton with 3 fouls, 10 points. And he got those 10, Frank, very early on, about the first 5 minutes. He was the only threat for the Pennridge Rams in the early part of the game. Here comes Lever. Lever looks for Lop underneath, nothing there. Ball goes out of bounds. The Rams are going to inbound. Eagles still with pressure, although 4 of the players are falling back. It's just Lever, and they've removed most of the full court pressure. Lever picks up Transu. Transu on the move. Ball stolen away by Thompson as he reads the pass on the drive. Foul by Transu. Thompson driving to the basket.
It was a good foul, too. He made sure he didn't get the shot off. If you're going to foul him, you can't let him get the shot off.
Thompson is 6'1" as a 9th grader. You wonder how tall he's going to be. And this 6'8" 8th grader that they have could mean the Eagles are going to have some real height in a couple of years.
And they're going to need it because next year they lose their 2 tallest players, Bates and Morris.
Now we got our answer here about the bench. Here comes Robbins replacing Lever, and Tuggle must be going in for the shooter Thompson. So McGee not wasting any time with 3:47 left, putting 2 of his starters on the bench and coming in with 2 guys off of the Eagles bench. And Eagles this year, Frank, have a very nice bench. Tuggle coming off the bench, Mitchell, Robbins, Augustine, Nealman, Boggs, all those guys can play. Singleton being played by Tuggle. Bounce pass over to Transu. Transu ball partially blocked by Morris. Ball comes back. Transu has it over to Singleton. Singleton with a jumper moves in, shoot too strong. Bates with a rebound. Round the back spin move, comes up. Ball outside, goes over to Tuggle. Tuggle looks for the 3-point, doesn't have it. Back to Bates. Bates on the jumper. Number 25, John Hall with a foul. I'm not sure it's going to be a shooting foul though. Let's see. New call to shooting foul. Bates will go on the line, shooting 2 for the Eagles. Bates is 4 for 6.
I'd like to see the Eagles take some more outside shots.
Shot is up, he's got it. Eagles up by 39 points. Bates up, no good. Rebound under by Lop. Lop now with 17, Bates has 19. Long pass by the Rams goes astray. Here comes Augustine replacing Lop. And that may be all the action James Lop had. 17 points, good night for him. Tuggle and Robbins in the backcourt. Eagles lead 61-20 with 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Tuggle on the move, spin move, Singleton guarding him. Ball taken away. Alexander to Hall. Hall on the drive. Ball blocked. Coming up with it is Bates, but the defensive play that time was made by Robbins. Got a hand in. There goes the ball, knocked away by Hall. Transu comes down. Ball knocked away by Robbins. Robbins goes to Bates. Bates with a 2-hand dunk, his 2nd dunk of the night.
Jim, that was twice in a row Pennridge had a 2-on-1 break and didn't even get a shot off.
Okay, Mr. Emery, you have a name yet for one of those dunks? Bates now with 21 double figures.
Oh,
Bates has it again. Here comes Singleton. There goes the 3rd one. And I think Coach McGee will be getting Condi Bates out pretty soon. 65-20. Eagles by 45. Pressure, Robbins all over Transu. Ball knocked away by Augustine. Hit out of bounds. And that could have been a foul by Augustine. He looked like he was using that right arm to keep the Pennridge Ram player away from the ball.
There just wasn't an official in position to see it.
Mumbauer gives it back to Transu. Transu coming up with the ball. Over to Singleton. Singleton launches the three. Strong, no good. Morris on the rebound. Up to Robbins. Battle for the ball. Hall takes it away. Tuggle almost gets it back, and we're going to have a foul this time on David Tuggle. That's his first. It'll be John Hall going to the line for two. Eagles outscoring the Rams 19-4 here in the third quarter. We're down to 1:32 left in the quarter. Ball up, he's got the shot. Hall's first point on the night. Second shot up, curls over the rim and in. Hall with two. Eagles by 43. Augustine under the basket with a spin move, no good. Bates with a rebound, comes away with it. Comes outside to Robbins. Robbins goes back to set up. Cross over on the left to Tuggle. Tuggle in for Bates. Bates in the move. We're going to have a foul on number 53, Alexander.
You know, Jim, Norristown has just about their tallest possible team out there with Augustine, Bates, and Morris all in at the same time.
Yeah, of course, if they had Thompson and Lopp in the backcourt, it would be an even bigger team. And Nealman is not in. Ball coming in, Augustine looks for Ian Morris. Ian Morris launches the jumper up around. He's got it. And when things are going right, things go very right. That one looked as though it might be a little strong, but the ball came back and went in. Excuse me, fans. I got a little over the Eagle there. That's Eagle. Ian Morris has 12 points. Eagles now with three people in double figures. There goes Robbins. That's 6 for Demetrius Robbins. Eagles 69-24. Transu comes down the hole. Ball blocked. We're going to have a foul either on Tuggle or on Morris. That's Morris's fourth foul. Third foul, sorry, but McGee is not concerned about that. And Frank, the Eagles now have 23 points this period, and they actually, if they could do that in the fourth quarter, are on target to make a run at the 100-point mark. Now, I don't think this is intentional. I just think they're getting shots. There goes Hall, 4 for 4 on the foul line. 69-26 Eagles, 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. Robbins comes back outside to Tuggle. Tuggle on the drive, looks over to Morris. Morris on the move. Jump ball, jump shot. We have a block. Possession arrow is going to be in favor of Pennridge. With 18 seconds left, the Rams take over, and it's Transu coming down court. Over to Trumbauer. Excuse me, that's Mumbauer. Ball goes out of bounds. It is hit by Singleton. And with 2 seconds left, the Eagles will be inbounding the ball and will certainly look to try to get a shot off in these 2 seconds. Condi Bates launches a shot. It's up. Off the rim, no good. At the end of the third quarter, the score is the Norristown Eagles 69. The Pennridge Rams 26, and another big quarter for the Eagles.
It's going to be interesting to see who Tom McGee puts into play that last quarter. You know, I see on the program Jim Nealman is listed as 6'8". Is he really that tall?
They all look that tall to me, Frank. I can't tell you that. I don't know. I have no reason to doubt the program here. Earlier today, Frank, the Norristown Eagles, Lady Eagles, went to Pennridge and came home with a 13-point victory. And the Lady Eagles under Coach Koch are off to a very good start. I believe they're second in the league. I saw their game last week for first place. They lost by 5 to a Central Bucks East team, and they were in the ball game all the way. Could be a very nice year for both of the Eagles teams this year.
That's nice to hear. It's a shame we don't get to see the Lady Eagles that often. They play most of their games right after school.
Well, they also play the same days as the boys teams,
right.
And they go away when the boys are at home. And on Tuesdays, when they're home a lot early in the early going, you and I are bowling, of course, and don't get a chance to be out. Eagles surprised kind of, Frank, here that Morris and Bates are still in the game.
Yeah, I thought there'd be a whole new team out there.
Singleton on the break, moves over. This is number 13, Dan Moser, who is in the line. There's Hall, back outside to Moser, over to Singleton. There's Hall. Ball is blocked by Bates. Come back, it's controlled by Trumbauer, who's number 11. The ball is knocked out of bounds by Tuggle, who goes up 4 rows into the stand. This is number 11, Trumbauer of the Rams, ready to inbounds. He comes back to Singleton. Singleton on the move, looks for Trumbauer. Trumbauer looks underneath for Moser, no play there, finds Hall. Hall on the move, spin, misses everything. Morris comes down with the ball, it's Tuggle on the move. Tuggle on the dribble, looks underneath for Augustine. Augustine and Morris battling. Morris with a turnaround jumper, no good. Augustine on the easy rebound. Eagles cracked the 70-point mark at 71-26. Here comes Singleton on the move. Over for Trumbauer, nothing there, back outside. Moser. Moser looks underneath for Singleton. We're going to have a foul on Augustine of the Eagles. Scott Nealman up off the bench. Here comes Lafton Thompson back. Nealman will be replacing Bates. Thompson comes in for Robbins. Goes the bounce pass to Singleton. Foul on Tuggle. Up off the bench for the Eagles is number 31, Brahim Mitchell. He replaces Morris. For the Eagles, it's Mitchell, Thompson, Augustine, Nealman, and Tuggle. One starter, the 9th grader Thompson in. Singleton makes the first foul. That's his 11th point, but it's the first point that he's had since about the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game. So the Eagles really clamped him down after he was off to quite a start. Singleton's foul shot up good. He's got 12. Eagles 71-28. 6:45 left in the game. There goes Tuggle. Tuggle controls, ball battle, taken away by Trumbauer. Trumbauer goes to Hall. Hall by Thompson, shot is too strong. Mitchell on the rebound.
I think they call that a clip in football.
Hall coming in from out of bounds, knocks Mitchell over. It's going to be a foul on Hall. Eagles will inbound under their own basket. Mitchell and Thompson there. That's the 5th foul on John Hall for the Pennridge Rams. Hall with 4 points. All from the foul line as he went 4 for 4. It's number 35, John Curry, up off the bench to replace Hall. Tuggle on the dribble. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell looks for Nealman. Nealman outside with Singleton on him. Goes over to Thompson. Thompson finds Augustine on the drive. Ball's blocked by Singleton on a nice play. Looks over for Moser. Moser on the move to the basket. All the way in, around, no good. Augustine coming off with the ball. Finds Tuggle. Tuggle on the move. And there he goes. Throws the ball away to Mitchell. Excuse me, to Singleton. Singleton on the drive up. Shot. He's got it. Foul on Augustine. 14 for Mitchell. 2nd foul on Augustine. Off the bench for Pennridge is number 45, Eric Labs, who is the only Pennridge player that has not gotten into the game. And Labs looked as though he might play football for Pennridge, Frank.
He's a pretty big boy out there.
Singleton shot up, he's got it. Mitchell missing a layup on a fast break. Singleton. Here comes Singleton. Looks across to Moser. Moser on the move to the basket with Mitchell. He's got it on the move. Mitchell with the foul. Moser with his first 2 of the day. One to the foul line where Pennridge is 9 for 11. Good foul shooting percentage, but of course, in a game where the differential is this great, it doesn't really matter. Moser launches the shot, too strong. Singleton with a rebound, throws up a jumper, no good. And Mitchell on the boards over to Tuggle. Eagles 71-33, coming down to the 5:30 mark in the game. Tuggle, ball almost stolen away by Moser. Tuggle finds Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive, jumpers up, no good. Rebound Augustine, battles underneath. We're going to have a foul on. Foul will be on Labs, number 45. And Eric Augustine will go to the line shooting 2. Here comes Jimmy Lever back into the game for Tuggle. Augustine has 2 points for the Eagles. Foul shot up, off the rim, no good. Augustine ready with a second. Up, he's got it. 72-33. Eagles by 39. Off the bench for the Eagles comes Boggs. Eagles are 12 for 20, 60% on the foul line. Thank you to Jim Emery with that quick information. Mitchell fouled by Moser as Moser trailing the play comes in, knocks the ball out of Mitchell's hand and gets some of the arm also. Boggs off the bench, number 0-0 for the Eagles. Coming in for Eric Augustine. Mitchell will be shooting 2 for the Eagles. First shot is up, no good, off the front of the rim. Mitchell is ready. With the second shot, Mitchell up. Ball is too strong, off no good. Boggs with a rebound. He's got it, no good. Rebound controlled by Singleton. The Rams come down court. In the corner, it's number 11, Trumbauer. Comes back outside of Singleton. Ball almost stolen by Thompson. Singleton on the move. Blocked by Boggs, who controls the rebound. Finds Nealman. 6'8", Scott Nealman bringing the ball up court. Over to Lever. Lever finds Mitchell. Mitchell looks underneath for Nealman. He's got it. Nealman with a reverse move. Around. Scott Nealman with his first 2. Eagles 74-33, move up by 41. Coming down to the 4-minute and 20-second mark. There's Singleton. Singleton. Moser sets the pick. Singleton looks for Curry. Curry with the ball. Outside the key. Nothing there. Nealman playing him as he backs out. Finds Singleton underneath. Singleton throws the ball up. Nope, nothing there. Trumbauer with a shot. Off the rim, no good. Boggs battles. Mitchell. They control the ball to Lever. Lever to Nealman. Nealman on the move with a jumper. He's got it. Scotty Nealman with 4 quick points. Eagles 75-33. Pennridge down with the ball. Curry. Nealman playing him on the outside. Curry goes around him on the move. He's got it. John Curry with his first 2 of the night. Lever right back. Over to Thompson. Thompson launches the 3. No good. Labs almost to the ball. Boggs loses it, out of bounds. Boggs battling Labs. Boggs tries to control, couldn't get the handle on it. Ball goes in underneath to Moser. You're going to have a foul on Boggs. Here comes Demetrius Robbins. Eagles have one young man who hasn't played tonight yet. It must be Michael Starling. I wonder if he's hurt or what the story is.
Yeah, I would think if he's able to play, he would have been in there by now.
Robbins replacing Mitchell. Moser with a foul, continues the good foul shooting for Pennridge. That's his 3rd point. Gets his 4th at 75-37. Robbins coming back for the Eagles. Looks for Lever. Lever backs out on the move on the drive all the way underneath. He's got it. Good move by Jim Lever. And Jim has 6 points tonight. Eagles with 3 starters in double figures. There goes Singleton on the move. Up the shot. He's got it. Singleton now with 17. A good night for Singleton. Ball launched by Demetrius Robbins. Robbins now with 9 points, 80-39.
I
Ball
guess,
knocked away.
was that the first three-pointer for the Eagles tonight?
Might be. Lever on the move. We're going to have a foul on number 13, Moser. Lever, the 5'9" 10th grader. 6 points. He'll be shooting 2. Now here comes Starling off the bench now. He's going to replace Thompson. Starling is a 6'4" 11th grader. And Frank, this is 6 underclassmen that they're playing, getting some of that valuable time. Lever up with a foul shot. He's got it.
But you know, one thing Tom McGee did, he always kept a mixture of starters and subs in there rather than like 5 subs.
Lever missed a second. He's got 7. Singleton comes off with the rebound. We're down under the 2:25 mark. Singleton going in. We're going to have a foul on Robbins, who got his hand as Singleton moved through.
You know, I think Singleton has shot more times than the rest of the team put together.
They certainly made more than the rest of the team. Singleton has the foul shot. He's now got 18 points. 4 for 4 on the foul line. Second shot is up. He's got it. 81-41. Eagles maintain a 40-point margin as Lever brings the ball up court. Lever spinning, looks for Nealman. Nealman on the drive, stops, goes cross court to Boggs. Boggs with a turnaround, the jumper. He's got hit, I think, by Moser. And it will be Boggs going to the line for 2. Boggs is a 6'3" senior. Boggs has 2 points tonight. We'll be trying to increase that as he goes to the line for the 2. Singleton goes out for for Pennridge, and gets a nice hand from the Norristown fans. 19 points, played a good game. Boggs with a foul shot, he's got it. 82-41 Eagles as Boggs gets ready with the second. Shot is up, round no good, battle underneath. Off the green, Pennridge player. Eagles will control. Boggs handling the ball out of bounds. It's Boggs, Starling. Starling there looking outside for Robbins. Finds him. Robbins launches the 3, no good. Rebound by 45 Labs. Comes across, it's Curry. Curry looking down court, tries to come Labs, doesn't get the pass there. Trumbauer, control, goes across court to Moser. Moser hits the ball off his leg, loses it out of bounds. The Eagles will take over. And all you want to see now, Frank, is for time to keep running. You don't want to see any fouls. Lever with the ball. On the dribble outside, looks around, finds Boggs underneath. Boggs launches the jumper, he's got it. 5 points for Boggs, 85-41. Eagles. Trumbauer on the dribble. Robbins playing him. Gets the ball taken away. Boggs control over to Lever. Lever does not have the shot. Smartly comes back outside with a left-hand dribble up above the key. Lever on the move. Goes over to Starling. Starling on the dribble. Comes in, looks for the shot. Forces it up. Nothing there. Mumbauer with a rebound. Curry on the dribble. Goes Curry, finds Moser. Moser comes back out. Ball is stolen by Robbins. Robbins on the dribble. Easy layup. He's got it. And Robbins, 4th Eagle player in double figures tonight as he now has 11 points. 87-41. Eagles margin very, very large. Moser misses. Mumbauer had the rebound and missed, and I think he might have been hacked. The Norristown player who hit him looked very sheepish and was waiting to hear the whistle.
I think at this point in the game, the refs don't want to call a foul. They just want to keep that clock running.
Ball goes over to Curry. Nealman playing him. Curry comes cross court to Moser. Attempted a steal. Moser gets it. Goes over to Labs, and he's got it. His first 2 point, number 45, Eric Labs. 87-43 Norristown. 15 seconds left in the game. Lever with the ball on the dribble. Goes over to Robbins. Robbins launches the three. Strong off the board. Rebound. Nealman tries to control, goes out of bounds. 2 seconds left in the game, and there is no doubt. There goes Curry with a long toss up over the basket. Final score 87-43 Norristown. And Frank, it's hard to get a reading from a game like this. Anything that Tom McGee should find encouraging in this type of game?
Well, Jim, certainly game action is better than practice. And that's about all you can say about this game. The playing a game, there's a little more intensity, you run a little harder, you do everything a little harder than you do in practice, and it keeps you in shape. But other than that, I don't see how a game like this does that much for you.
We're going to turn you over, ladies and gentlemen, to our statistician in Jim Emery. A reminder to you that on this Thursday night, the Eagles will have a makeup game with William Tennant at home. And this Friday night, Neshaminy comes in for a home game. Eagles now 2-2, must keep winning and build a winning streak so that when they get Abingdon at home and get their next shot at Central Bucks East at home, that maybe they can turn the tables on these two teams that have beaten them. Once again, a very big Eagles victory tonight. And here's Jim Emery with the final stats for the evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is there to say tonight in the 87-43 win of Norristown over the Pennridge Rams? In double digits, we have the high scorer of the game, Condi Bates, with 23 points tonight. We have James Lopp with 15, Ian Morris takes in 12, and Demetrius Robbins brings in 11. For the Rams, the only scorer in double digits we have is Jamie Singleton. Fine play there, 18 points. I'd like to give credit to our announcers, Mr. Frank Winkle, Mr. Jim Nelson, our cameramen, Josh Zimmer and Rusty Williams, and Norristown Area School District TV. Please stay tuned to the station. We got a game coming up with Neshaminy this week. We hope the Eagles have as good play then. And now, I'm Jim Emery. Have a great evening.